Joining us now to paint a picture of this ongoing war is Fox News Channel's Trey Yingst. Hi, Trey.
Hey, good morning. Absolutely. Today it is 76 days into the conflict, and you mentioned the weather. Despite the hazy weather across the region, Hamas and Islamic Jihad still firing rockets toward major population centers in Israel, and the Israelis striking different positions across Gaza. Earlier today, there were about a dozen rockets fired in a barrage toward Tel Aviv. Air raid sirens were sounding here. More than 300,000 people heading to bomb shelters. And we do know Israeli forces continue to operate inside Gaza to destroy many of those rocket launching positions, go after Hamas leadership, and look for the 129 people still being held by Hamas. Just yesterday, we were in some of the kibbutzim, the small communities along the Gaza border, as survivors of the October 7th massacre returned to their homes. But they were just there for a visit to see the aftermath and the destruction. People are unable to live in this closed military zone as the war against Hamas continues. It's not just the southern front that remains active, though. Israel's northern border with Lebanon, very active today, with the Israelis striking southern Lebanon in response to new fire into northern Israel. So the entire region bracing for the possibility that this escalates into a much larger, broader regional conflict. But for right now, the fire still coming from southern Lebanon and from inside Gaza, and the Israelis striking back, looking to send a message to Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon to stop the fire before things escalate. Back to you.
Well, Trey, the Israeli military saying they have uncovered that major Hamas command center. Are you hearing anything about that on your end out there in Israel?
Yeah, local media reports that the Israelis knew about this tunnel network but hadn't uncovered it until this point. And it just gives more evidence to what the Israelis say is a network of tunnels beneath Gaza that allowed senior Hamas leaders to move throughout the Strip, especially throughout Gaza City, as they operated and planned the October 7th massacre. So that's part of the challenge that Israeli forces have inside Gaza, going after this tunnel network, understanding there are still Hamas leaders and hostages in the tunnels, especially in the south of Gaza. But that's part of the reason you're likely to see this entire conflict shift to a more targeted, precise phase that would allow the Israelis to go after Hamas without the broader war that we are seeing on the ground today.
Trey Yingst there with Fox News Channel. As always, Trey, we appreciate you joining us here on Live Now to give us the very latest and always detailed information. Thank you again. And you be safe out there. I know I say it every time we get off from speaking with one another, but we appreciate you and be safe.